Regarding the long standing, never ending, self perpetuating affordable housing crisis, it's a matter of priorities. Should we prioritize creating a land and housing system that equitably and affordably houses everyone? Or should we continue with our ongoing priority to maintain the current system that enables some people to build wealth without having to produce anything, without having to put meaningful time and energy into providing a legitimate service, without having to make a positive contribution to society, but instead by merely hoarding more land and housing than needed for their own personal use, and then using the leverage of these vital necessities to siphon off the fruits of others' labors? Shall we continue a system that, to name just a couple of negatives on the immediate, brings about homelessness, has become so inflated that parents can't spend adequate time raising their children, and that, to name just a couple of negatives on the broader macro, greatly inflates costs of living, which then increases labor costs, which plays a major factor in rendering domestic manufacturers completely unable to compete with foreign manufacturers, and that forces all levels of government to raise taxes, cut back on services, and nickel and dime whomever they can, including builders, in order that government can then pay wages competitive enough that the government can then attain and retain employees. Or do we, for once and for all, start scrutinizing and reforming the unlimited feudalistic property laws at the foundation of our dysfunctional land and housing system that long ago rendered the ongoing affordable housing crisis inevitable, and that for decades has rendered all housing strategies failures? One thing is for certain, albeit widely misunderstood. If we are to create a highly functioning, equitable, efficient, and affordable land and housing system for generations to come, the first thing we must do is dismantle the underlying unlimited feudalistic property laws that enabled the sordid state of today's land and housing system in the first place. Until we do that, we'll continue running around in endless circles, forever attempting to treat the symptoms of the problem, but never addressing its roots.